Yeah, very good morning to one and all. Welcome to the session of engineering drawing, orthographic projection of solids. In the previous classes, we have discussed about orthographic projection of dimensionless objects like points, one-dimensional objects like lines, and two-dimensional objects like planes, which includes polygons along with some curves like circle, semicircle like this. And now just we are proceeding to the same orthographic projection of three-dimensional objects, which is called as solids. That means from the dimensionless object point, line is generated and group of lines joined together to form a plane, and group of planes joined together to form a solid. So far we have covered previous three: projection of points, lines and planes. Now we are entering into the projection of solids. Here we are considering some regular solids which are categorized into prisms and pyramids. Prisms and pyramids. Now first let us see this. This is nothing but a pyramid. You can see various types of pyramids like this. Like this is also a pyramid. This is also a pyramid, and one more. This is also a pyramid. But every pyramid has its unique. Every pyramid has its unique property. That means as you observe the base of the pyramid, here for this pyramid the base is a triangle. Therefore this pyramid is called as triangular pyramid. If you consider this pyramid, here the base of the pyramid is a rectangle. That's why this pyramid is called as rectangular pyramid. And if you consider this, the base of the pyramid is a square, therefore it is called as square pyramid. That means always a pyramid is nothing but what? A solid where its lateral surfaces are triangles. You can observe this. Here the lateral surface of the pyramid is nothing but what? Triangles, and based upon its base the number of triangles varies. If the base is a square, you can see 4 triangles as lateral surface. If the base is a pentagon, you can see 5 triangles. For each and every edge of the base, a triangle is formed, and all the 4 triangles concentrated at one point, which is called as apex. This point is called as apex. That means here this surface is called as lateral surface. You have to remember the points, some points. This is called as base, and this surface is called as lateral surface, and these are nothing but base edges. These are nothing but base edges. These edges are called as lateral edges. These edges are called as lateral edges. These edges are called as base edges, and this top point is called as apex, and this entire surface is called as lateral surface. You have to note these points. Once you are familiar with all these points, you can easily draw the projections. Now coming over to the prisms, here you can notice these are called as prisms. Here you can notice that the top surface is a triangle here, if I place like this, and the bottom surface is also a triangle, and for both, as the top and both bottom surfaces are of same planes and all the lateral edges are in the form of rectangles, such a type of solid is called as prism. If the lateral edges gets concentrated at one point, which is called as apex, if you notice these two, here you can see that the lateral surface is a triangle. All the triangles gets concentrated at one point, which is called as apex. That means for any pyramid, the base varies, but always the lateral surfaces will be triangles. But whereas for prisms, you can notice 2 planes on either sides, top side and bottom side, and all the lateral surfaces will be of rectangles. Now as you observe the base for this prism is a triangle. Now this base edge, how many edges are there for this base? 3 edges, because as this is a triangle. For three edges, three surfaces, three lateral surfaces are formed. For three edges, three lateral surfaces are formed. All the lateral surfaces are in the shape of a rectangle. In case of pyramid, always the lateral surfaces will be triangles. In case of prisms, always the lateral surfaces will be rectangles. And here also, as this top and base is of triangle, this prism is called as triangular prism. Now, as you take this prism, here the top and base is square. Therefore, this prism is called as square prism. If you take this, here the top and base, this top and base is rectangles. Therefore, this prism is called as rectangular prism. And if you notice this one, here the top and base is of hexagon. This is hexagon and this is also a hexagon. As we know that hexagon is having 6 sides. From each side a lateral surface is formed, which is of rectangle. These type of prisms are called as hexagonal prisms. If top and base surfaces are pentagons, it is called as pentagonal prisms. That means whatever the prism or pyramid it may be, it can be identified whenever you see the top or base. Whenever you see the top or base. If the base of the pyramid is a pentagon, it is called as pentagonal pyramid. If the base of the pyramid is hexagon, it is called as hexagonal pyramid. If both base and top of a prism is triangle, it is called as triangular prism. Prism, the difference between prism and pyramid is, for prism you can notice two planes on either sides, top side and the bottom side. Whereas in case of pyramids, you can notice only the base side, plane on the base side. And the top surface will be of a point which is called as apex. Based upon the shape of the base, the pyramids, either pyramids or prisms, are named with its name. If the base and top for a prism is a rectangle, it is called as a rectangular prism. If the base and top of a pyramid is a pentagon, it is called as pentagonal prism. If the base and top of a pyramid is square, it is called as square prism. Likewise, in case of these pyramids, if the base is pentagon, it is called as pentagonal pyramid. If the base of a pyramid is a hexagon, it is called as hexagonal pyramid. If the base of a pyramid is triangle, it is called as triangular pyramid. For any pyramid, always the lateral surfaces will be triangles, whereas for any prism, the lateral surfaces will be rectangles. That is what you have to remember. For any prism, the top and base will be same, but whereas for any pyramid, you can notice plane only at the base. The top will be the point which is called as apex. Now, one more point you have to remember is axis. Here you come across a new term which is called as axis. Axis always refers to the height of the solid. Axis always refers to the height of the solid. Axis, we can define the axis as an imaginary line which connects two centers, top center and the base center. Here you can see that what is the base for this pyramid? Square is the base. If you locate the center for the base, and from this center to the top center will be always apex in case of pyramids. In case of any pyramid, it may be pentagonal pyramid, hexagonal pyramid or triangular pyramid. It doesn't matter. For any pyramid, always the top center will be the apex. And if you locate the center for this base and if you assume an imaginary line which connects this base center and this top center apex, that is called as axis. That is called as axis. That means axis always refers to the height of the given solid, even in case of prisms also. Here this is a hexagonal prism. How can you identify this prism as a hexagonal prism? As you observe the top and base surfaces, you can notice the hexagon. Hexagon is a polygon which will have 6 sides. That means for all the 6 sides of the base and top, the lateral surfaces are formed as rectangles. Therefore, it is called as hexagonal prism. And here, for this hexagonal prism, if you locate the two centers, top center and the base center, and if you draw a line, or if you imagine a line which connects the two centers, top center and the base center, such a type of line is called as axis. Always this axis will be represented by a thick line where the long line followed by a dot. That means in the question sometimes it refers to the axis, but sometimes it refers to the height of the solid. Height in the sense, always you have to remember that it is nothing but length of the axis. Either it may be prism or pyramid. These edges of the lateral surfaces are called as lateral edges, and edge of the base is called as base edges. Edge of the top points is called as top edges. Now let us see how to project these solids. First, let me start with a pyramid. Now, for example, generally, as I told you earlier, as we done in case of lines and planes, a point you have remembered that always we have to start from the view from where you can see the true shape of the plane or line or anything. But here in this case, in case of solids, you have to start from the view from where you can see the base, because with the help of the base itself we can generate or we can construct any solid, and solids are classified based upon the base and top surfaces itself. That's why always we have to start from the view from where you can see the true shape of the solid. Now, for example, I have considered this pyramid. Now, with your observation, you can notice that what is the base for this pyramid? The base for this pyramid is a square. The base for this pyramid is a square, and you can also notice that all the lateral surfaces of this pyramid is triangles. Therefore, 100% it is a pyramid. Now, for example, suppose if I assume this pyramid on the resting on HP with its base. Suppose if I assume this pyramid is resting on HP with its base. Now, from which view you can notice the true shape of the base? Here, as we know that it is a square pyramid. That means base should be what? What should be the base? Base must be the square. That means from which view you can notice the square? The square can be noticed from the top view. Whenever you observe it from the top, you can notice the square. But whereas from the front view, you can notice what? The triangle. You can notice the triangle from the front view. Here you can clearly observe this. This is the horizontal plane and this is the vertical plane. This is the horizontal and this one is the vertical plane, and from front view you can notice only the triangle. That means this triangle can be seen in contact with this reference line in the front view, but whereas in the top view you can see the square. As I told you just now that always we have to start from the view from where you can notice the base. Here the base square can be seen from the top view, therefore we have to start from the top view, and the same thing should be projected to the front view. In the top view you can notice the square at certain distance in front of VP, and whereas from the front view you can notice this triangle in contact with this reference line. In contact with this reference line. And now if you consider a prism, what kind of prism it is? With your observation, if you observe the top and base portions, here the top and base of this prism is square, therefore it is called as square prism. Now let me assume that the square prism is resting on HP with its base. Now from front view you can notice only this rectangle. As it is resting on HP, this rectangle can be seen in contact with this reference line. This rectangle can be seen in contact with this reference line. But whereas from the top view you can notice the top surface. Base cannot be seen in case of prisms. The top surface can be noticed. This top surface can be seen at certain distance in front of this VP. Always, as I told you earlier, that always we have to start from the view from where we can see the true shape of the base. But whereas here in this case, that means in case of prisms, the base cannot be seen, as we know that always the top and base surfaces are same. That's why once you identify the top, you have to start from the view from where you can see the top portion of the prism. But here, coming over to the projections, let us assume that as we know that the top and base portion of prisms will be same, let us name the points on the top surface as A, B, C, D, and let us assume the points on the bottom surface as 1, 2, 3, 4. On the top surface, let us name the points as A, B, C, D, and at the bottom surface, let us name the points as 1, 2, 3, 4. That means from top view, you can notice the square A, B, C, D, whereas the square 1, 2, 3, 4 at the base cannot be seen. Therefore, in the top view, that means on horizontal plane, you have to represent the point as A of 1, B of 2, C of 3, D of 4. Because the base surface points are named as 1, 2, 3, 4, the top surface points are named as A, B, C, D. Now, this, as you can identify this prism as a square prism once you see the top, either top or base. The top surface can be seen from the top view itself. Therefore, from the top you can see only these 4 points A, B, C and D. The bottom points 1, 2, 3, 4 cannot be seen. Therefore, that should be represented in brackets. Whereas from front view, you can notice this one A 1, B 2. That means you have to represent it as A dash 1 dash, B dash 2 dash. Similarly, the backside points cannot be seen. That means A dash of C dash, the A point can be seen. The back point C cannot be seen. Therefore, on the top point of the rectangle, you have to represent it as A dash of C dash, 1 dash of 3 dash, B dash of D dash, 2 dash of 4 dash, like that. Now, in case of pyramids, only the surface, only the bottom will be the plane. Only the bottom will be the plane. Therefore, you can directly represent it as A, B, C, D, which can be seen from the top view. Whereas from front view, you can notice this triangle in contact with the reference line. Now, let us see, with reference to a question, let us see how to analyze and how to draw the projection of given solid. Now, let me come over to the question, and based upon the question, let us see how to analyze the particular question. Now, coming over to the question, it is given that a pentagonal pyramid of base 30 mm and axis 60 mm is resting on HP with its base such that one of the base edges parallel to VP. Now, as we know that, first underline the word pentagonal pyramid. Here you should not get confused with pyramids and prisms, because most of the students draw pyramids if the prism is asked, and most of the students draw pyramids if the prism is asked. A pyramid is nothing but a solid where its lateral surfaces are triangles. A prism is a solid where the lateral surfaces are rectangles. But here in this question, it is represented as pentagonal pyramid. Pentagonal pyramid means always the base of the pyramid must be pentagon. Here you can notice the square. Because the pentagonal pyramid is not there with me right now. That's why with reference to this square pyramid, I am explaining you how to draw this question. Now, as you observe the base, what is the base for the given pyramid here? Square. That's why this pyramid is called as square pyramid. If the base for this pyramid is a pentagon, that will be called as pentagonal pyramid. If the base for this pyramid is a hexagon, that will be called as hexagonal pyramids. But for any pyramid, whatever the pyramid you may consider, for any pyramid, always the lateral surfaces will be of triangles. Now coming over to the question, what is given in the question? Suppose if you assume this, even though it is a square pyramid, if you assume this pyramid as a pentagonal pyramid, what should be the base? The base must be the pentagon. Let us, according to the question, what is the position of this solid given pentagonal pyramid? It is resting on HP. With what it is resting on HP? On its base. It is resting on HP with its base. It is resting on HP with its base such that one of the base edges parallel to VP. Already I told you that the edges for this base is called as base edges, and the edges for this lateral surface is called as lateral edges. This topmost point is called as apex. Now according to the question, it is given that this pentagonal pyramid is resting on HP such that one of the base edges parallel to VP. One of the base edges parallel to VP. And as I told you earlier, how can you identify this pyramid as a pentagonal pyramid? With reference to the base. Here the base for this pentagonal pyramid is a pentagon. This pentagon can be seen from which view? From the top view. From the top view, how it looks in the top view? Such that one of the edges parallel to VP. That means keeping an edge parallel to the reference line, you have to construct the pentagon in the top view. Whereas from front view, you can notice the triangle in contact with this reference line. You can notice the triangle in contact with the reference line. Sometimes the question may also be asked like this. If any solid, either it may be pyramid or prism, resting on HP with its base, always the axis will be parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. Already I told you that axis is nothing but an imaginary line which connects two centers of the solid, top center and the base center. As this is a pyramid, the base is, if it is a pentagonal pyramid, pentagon will be the base. If it is a square pyramid, square will be the base. Here it is a square pyramid. If you locate the center for this square, and if you assume an imaginary line which connects top center and the base center, top center and the base center, that imaginary line is called as axis. Axis always represents the height of the given solids. That means with reference to the axis, what is the question may also be asked. That means the axis parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. Axis parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. That means this is what we are going to draw in the first case. Axis parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. If the axis is parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP, true shape of the base can be seen from which view? From the top view. That means on which plane? On horizontal plane. That means in the top view, you have to start the projection. That means if you tilt this one in the top view, you can notice here, see, I am placing like this. In the top view, you can notice this base along with these lateral edges. మీరు బేస్ ని చూడొచ్చు టాప్ వ్యూలో, అట్ ది సేమ్ టైం ఈ లాటరల్ ఎడ్జెస్ ని కూడా గమనించవచ్చు. ఈ లాటరల్ ఎడ్జెస్ అని ఎలా ఉన్నాయి? మనకు ఈ సెంటర్ కి కనెక్ట్ అయినట్టుగా మనకు టాప్ వ్యూలో కనిపిస్తుంది. ఇది స్క్వేర్ పిరమిడ్ కాబట్టి స్క్వేర్ కనిపిస్తోంది. స్క్వేర్ మీద అన్ని లాటరల్ ఎడ్జెస్ స్క్వేర్ సెంటర్ కి కనెక్ట్ అయినట్టుగా మనకు టాప్ వ్యూలో కనిపిస్తుంది. అదే మనకు ఫ్రంట్ వ్యూలో ఎలా కనిపిస్తుంది? మనకు ఇన్ ద ఫార్మ్ ఆఫ్ యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ రెస్టింగ్ ఆన్ హెచ్పి. From front view, you can see the triangle in contact with the reference line. That means here, whatever the type of solid it may given in the question, always whenever the axis parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP, true shape of the base can be seen from top view. That means you have to start from the top view itself. Here, according to the question, here it is given that the pentagonal pyramid is given. That means base should be the pentagon and all the lateral surfaces, as it is represented as a pyramid, all the lateral surfaces for the pyramid will be triangles. It is given that the pentagonal pyramid is resting on HP with its base such that, as we know that for pentagon, how many edges are there? 5 edges will be there for the pentagon. Among 5 edges, one of the base edges is given that parallel to VP and parallel to VP. One of the base edges is given as parallel to VP. That means from top view, you can see this pentagon in such a way that an edge parallel to the reference line. That means keeping an edge parallel to the reference line, you have to construct entire pentagon in the top view. Whereas in the front view, you can see this triangle in contact with this reference line. Now let us see how to draw this question. Now coming over to the question, here the pyramid is given as pentagonal pyramid. You have to underline the term pentagonal pyramid. As we discussed just now, pentagonal pyramid in the sense what? The base must be the pentagon. For any pentagonal pyramid, the base will be the pentagon and all the lateral surfaces for any pyramid will be triangles. Now according to the question, the base of the pentagon is given as 30 mm. You already learned how to draw the pentagon. Now what is the position of the pentagonal pyramid according to the question? It is resting on HP with what? With base. That means it is resting, the pentagon which is the base of this pyramid is resting on HP. That means this pentagon comes into contact with horizontal plane such that one of the base edges parallel to VP. As we know that how many edges are there for the pentagon? 5 edges. Among 5 edges, one of the edges is parallel to VP. Among 5 edges, one of the edges is given parallel to VP. That means as it is resting on HP with its base, true shape of the pentagon can be seen from which view? From top view. Therefore, from top view, you have to start the question. As the pentagon is parallel, one of the edges of the pentagon parallel to VP, in top view, you can see the pentagon having an edge parallel to the reference line. That means you have to start construction of the pentagon drawing keeping an edge parallel to the reference line. And from front view, if you project the same points from front view, you can see the pyramid in the form of a triangle such that the base in contact with the reference line, Now let me start the projections. As usual, always we have to represent, as everything is considered in first angle projection, always VP comes above the reference line and HP comes below the reference line. And according to the question, it is given that pentagonal pyramid is resting on HP with its base. If it is resting on HP with its base, it is clear that the base surface can be seen from the top view. That means on which plane? Horizontal plane. Though it rests on HP with its base, one of the edges of the base is given parallel to VP. We know the base for the pentagonal pyramid is a pentagon. That means for pentagon, the base edge is given parallel to VP. Among 5 edges, one of the edges is considered as parallel to VP. That means at first you have to draw a line of 30 mm which is parallel to this XY line, and from there you have to construct the pentagon. Like this. As you know that the angle between adjacent edges of pentagon is 108 degrees. You know how to draw the pentagon. Draw like this. As one of the edges of the base is given parallel to VP, I have started the pentagon drawing an edge parallel to this reference line, and I have named these points as A, B, C, D and E. And First of all, you have to locate, for any solid always we have to locate the center. For this pentagon, a method is there to locate the center. What that method means, you can choose any two sides, either DC or BC, whatever it may be. Choose any two sides and bisect those two sides. I have bisected this CB. You know line bisection in the sense what? Dividing the line into two equal parts. Bisect the sides, any two sides. I have bisected the line CB and also bisected the line DC. And wherever these two perpendicular bisector lines gets intersects, that represents the center for the given solid, which is represented as O. Which is represented as O. This is the procedure to represent the center for any solid. Though it is a hexagonal prism, as we know that for hexagonal prism, how many sides will be there? 6 sides. If you bisect any two sides, the lines which intersects, the bisector lines which gets intersects at one point, that will be the center for the given solid. The center is represented as O. In brackets, the bottommost center cannot be seen, that's why it can also be represented as O of P. Now, after locating the center, it is better to erase all these things. After locating the center, which is named as O of P, and you have to, as this is a pyramid, from top view you can see even the lateral surfaces also in case of pyramid, because all the lateral surfaces are somewhat slant. That's why you can see these lateral surfaces are so like this. Therefore you have to join all these points only in case of pyramids. Whereas in prisms, all the lateral surfaces or rectangles, you cannot see the lateral edges from the top view. Now once again, project, first of all you have to project this line center, and here what is the length of the axis given in the question? 60 mm. From here draw a line which is followed by a dot. This is called as axis of 60 mm length. Always, as I told you earlier, that always axis represents the height of the given solid. Let us name this point as O dash, and let us name this point as P dash. O dash, and the topmost point which you can see is O, and the bottommost point which you cannot see is P. That's why here in the top view it is represented as O of P, whereas in the front view you can notice 2 points, therefore it is represented as O dash and P dash. And likewise project remaining points also. And if you project this one, this point A, the projector of the point A also comes in front of the axis. Therefore here in such cases the projector of point A and the axis passes on the same line, therefore it dominates the axis. That means instead of axis you have to represent the lateral edge AP. Now let me note these points. This is D dash, sorry, that is not D dash, this is E dash. This point is D dash, and this point is here. Point AP dominates the point A projection, and the axis projection lies on the same line. Therefore P dash cannot be seen here in this case. Therefore this P dash should be replaced like this. A dash of P dash, because at first you can see the point A, P cannot be seen here. Therefore, I have represented it as A dash of P dash. This I will. And this point will be C dash, and this point will be the B dash. Now join all these points to thick lines. Here this D and C cannot be seen from the front view. Therefore, I will represent these 2 points in brackets. As these points D and C cannot be seen, the lateral edges formed by these points can also not be seen. Therefore, that should be represented with dotted lines. మనకు D and C పాయింట్స్ అనేవి కనపడవు ఫ్రంట్ వ్యూలో. D and C పాయింట్స్ అనేవి కనపడవు కాబట్టి ఆ పాయింట్స్ని యాజ్ యూజువల్గా బ్రాకెట్స్లో పెడుతూ ఆ కరస్పాండింగ్ లాటరల్ ఎడ్జెస్ని ఎలా రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తున్నాను, డాటెడ్ లైన్స్తో. ఈ పాయింట్ ఏ అనేది మనకు కనిపిస్తుంది కాబట్టి ఇది ఒకే ప్రొజెక్టర్ మీద, ఓపీ ప్రొజెక్టర్ మీద ఏపీ ప్రొజెక్టర్ రెండు ఒకటే కలిసిపోయాయి కాబట్టి ఇక్కడ యాక్సిస్ అనేది మనకు ఈ కేసులో కనిపించదు. దట్స్ వై ఐ హ్యావ్ రీప్లేస్డ్ ది యాక్సిస్ విత్ ది లైన్. దట్ మీన్స్ ఓ డాష్ ఈ డాష్ థిక్గా ఉండాలి, ఓ డాష్ ఏ డాష్ ఆఫ్ పీ డాష్ థిక్గా ఉండాలి, ఓ డాష్ బీ డాష్ అనేది థిక్గా ఉండాలి, ఓ డాష్ డి డాష్ అండ్ ఓ డాష్ సి డాష్ లైన్స్ వచ్చేసి డాటెడ్ లైన్స్ ఉండాలి. డాటెడ్ లైన్స్ ఆల్వేస్ రిప్రజెంట్స్ ది హిడెన్ సర్ఫేసెస్. డాటెడ్ లైన్స్ ఆల్వేస్ రిప్రజెంట్స్ ది హిడెన్ సర్ఫేసెస్. నౌ ఇప్పుడు మనం క్వశ్చన్ ప్రకారంగా గీసామో లేదో ఒకసారి చూసుకుందాము. ఏ పెంటాగోనల్ పిరమిడ్ ఆఫ్ బేస్ 30 mm is given and height 60 mm is given. It is given that it is resting on HP with its base such that one of the edges of the base parallel to VP. That means as it is resting on HP with its base, the pentagon can be seen from the top view. Therefore, we have started from the top view. In top view, ela kanipistundi manaku one of the edges of the pentagon is given parallel to VP. That means keeping an edge parallel to the reference line, you have to construct the entire pentagon. అండ్ యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ ఏ పిరమిడ్, ఇది పిరమిడ్ కాబట్టి మనకు టాప్ వ్యూలో పెంటగాన్తో పాటు ఈ లాటరల్ సర్ఫేసెస్, లాటరల్ ఎడ్జెస్ కూడా కనిపిస్తాయి. కాబట్టి ఆఫ్టర్ లొకేటింగ్ ది సెంటర్ ఫర్ ది పెంటగాన్, I have joined all the corners to the center that represents the lateral edges. thickగా ఉండాలి. And I have projected to the front view. In the front view, how the pentagonal pyramid looks, it looks like a triangle. I have projected all the points and I have represented the triangle in the front view. As it is given that resting on HP with its base from front view, it seems that the points on the base in contact with reference line. Here the points D dash and C dash cannot be seen. Therefore, the corresponding lateral edges can also be not be seen. Therefore, it is represented with dotted lines. Always the dotted lines represents the hidden edges. After doing all these things, always you should not forget to give the dimensioning. First, what is the axis? Here O dash P dash is the axis. As P dash is dominated by the lateral edge O dash A dash, here we have skipped the axis. ఇక్కడ మనకు ఓ డాష్ పీ డాష్ యాక్సిస్ని ఓ డాష్ ఏ డాష్ లాటరల్ ఎడ్జ్ డామినేట్ చేస్తుంది. ఒకే ప్రొజెక్టర్ మీద వచ్చింది కాబట్టి మనకు ఏ కనిపిస్తుంది, పీ కనపడదు కాబట్టి బ్రాకెట్స్లో పెట్టాము. బట్ ఈ ఓ డాష్ ఏ డాష్ ఎంతైతే ఉందో ఇక్కడ మనకు ప్రొజెక్షన్లో ఓ డాష్ పీ డాష్ కూడా అంతే ఉంది కాబట్టి ఇది ఏం రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తుంది మనకు, హైట్ ఆఫ్ ది సాలిడ్. వాట్ ఈస్ ది హైట్ ఆఫ్ ది సాలిడ్ గివెన్? 60 mm. And similarly, choose any one of the sides of the pentagon. What is the base side of the pentagon given here? 30 mm. Choose any one of the sides and give the dimensioning as 30 mm. 30 mm. I hope that everybody can understood this. If any doubt is there, you can WhatsApp me or call me directly. Now, let us go to the next question. Now we have seen how to draw the projection of a given pyramid. Now let us see how to draw the projection of a prism. As we know that for any prism, the top and base surfaces will be same. Top and base surfaces will be same. Now coming over to the question, let me see the first question at once, and with reference to the question, let us analyze how to draw the projection of the given prism. Now coming over to the question, it is given that a hexagonal prism of base 30 mm and axis, which is called as height. Always in the question it may be given as axis, or sometimes it may be referred to as height also. Both are same. A hexagonal prism of base 30 mm and height or axis 60 mm is resting on HP with its base such that one of the base edges perpendicular to VP. Draw the projections. Now here first of all we have to identify what is the solid given in the question. Here the solid given in the question is a hexagonal prism. As we know that prism is a solid where the top and base surfaces are same. This is a prism, which is the hexagonal prism itself, whatever it is given in the question. Hexagonal, how can you identify this hexagonal prism? Whenever you look over to the top and base, if top and base for the prism is a hexagon, such a type of prism is called as hexagonal prism. As we know that for any prism, the lateral edge surfaces will be of triangles. The lateral surfaces will be of rectangles. If it is a triangle, the lateral surface of prism, if the lateral surface of a solid is a triangle, it will be called as pyramids. If the lateral surfaces of the prism is a rectangle, if the lateral surfaces of a solid is a rectangle, that will be called as prisms. Now here according to the question, hexagonal prism is given, and it is clearly stated that what is the position of the hexagonal prism according to the question. It is given that it is resting on HP. It is resting on HP with its base. It is resting on HP with its base. Generally for any solid we have to start from the view from where you can see the true shape of the base or top. Here true shape, as in case of prisms, the top and base surfaces are same. That's why if you notice the top surface, you can say that the same surface will be there at the base. As this is a hexagonal prism, as this is given that it is resting on HP on its base, from top view you can notice this hexagon, whereas from front view you can notice the rectangle in contact with this reference line. If it is given above HP, you can notice the rectangle above the reference line. As in the question it is given that it is resting on HP, you can notice this rectangle in contact with this reference line. Here we have to start from the view from where you can see the top portion. The top portion hexagon can be seen, as this is a hexagonal prism. This hexagon can be seen from the top view. Therefore we have to start from the top view. Here what is the position? Though it is resting on HP with its base. Now coming over to the second point of the question, it is given that one of the edges of the base perpendicular to VP. That means, as we know that for hexagon, how many edges will be there? For hexagon there will be 6 edges. Among 6 edges, one of the edges is given perpendicular to VP. Among 6 edges, one of the edges given perpendicular to VP, and asked to draw the projections. Now as it is resting on HP, one thing is clear, as this prism is resting on HP with its base. Resting on HP in the sense it may rest like this also. It may rest like this also. Here it is clearly given that it is resting on HP with its base. If it rests on HP with its base, always this axis will be parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. Just now I told you that we are learning to draw the projections of solids considering axis parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. That means this case is axis parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP. Axis is nothing but what? An imaginary line which connects two centers, top center and the base center. Here, as this is a prism, top is a plane which is hexagon and base is also a hexagon. if you locate the center for both top and the base, and if you join a line between the top and base centers, that line will be called as axis, which always represents the height of the solid. Now, according to the question, it is given that it is resting on HP with its base such that one of the base edges perpendicular to VP. In case of prisms, if the base edge is perpendicular to VP, this rectangular face will also be perpendicular to VP itself. This rectangular face will also be perpendicular to VP itself. Now, as this is resting on HP with its base, true shape of the base can be seen from which view? From the top view. In the top view, you can notice this hexagon in such a way that an edge perpendicular to VP, like this. If you tilt, this can be seen like this. If you tilt, this can be seen like this. An edge perpendicular to VP. That means keeping an edge perpendicular to the reference line. Keeping an edge perpendicular to the reference line, you have to draw the hexagon. Whereas from the front view, you can see the rectangle in contact with this reference line. Now, coming over to the prisms, you have to be clear that you can notice only the top portion. Base points cannot be seen. Therefore, whatever the top points, whatever the solid may be, as this is a hexagonal prism, you can locate the 6 corners for the hexagon. Always the topmost points will be considered as ABCD, and the bottom base or base points will be called, base corners will be considered as 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Top surface మీద ఉన్న points ని ABCD అనుకుంటాము, base మీద ఉన్న points ని 1, 2, 3, 4 అనుకుంటాము. అంటే మనకు from top view you can notice only the points ABCD. 1, 2, 3, 4 cannot be seen. Therefore, suppose this is A, కింద point 1, A of 1, B of 2, C of 3, D of 4, E of 5, F of 6 you have to represent in the top view. Whereas from front view you can see this rectangle. ఎలా కనిపిస్తుంది rectangle మనకు? ఈ points, you can see these 3 points or 4 points. A dash, B dash, C dash, D dash. E and F dash cannot be seen. But A dash కింద ఉంటే 1 డాష్ కనిపిస్తుంది, B డాష్ 2 డాష్, 3 డాష్ 4 డాష్. ఈ రెండు కనపడవు కింద పాయింట్స్ కూడా. అలాంటి కేసెస్లో ఎలా రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తావు? A డాష్ ఆఫ్ E డాష్, 1 డాష్ ఆఫ్ 5 డాష్, B డాష్ ఆఫ్ F డాష్, 1 డాష్ 2 డాష్ ఆఫ్ 6 డాష్, లైక్ దట్. ఈ రెండు మనకు కనిపిస్తుంది కాబట్టి యాజ్ ఇట్ ఈస్ గా ప్లేస్ చేస్తాం. Now let us see how to draw the projection. Always we have to start from the view from where you can see the top and base portions. From where you can see the top and base portions. As in the question it is given that it is resting on HP with its base. For any prism, the top and base surfaces will be same. Therefore, the top surface can be seen from the top view. Therefore, here in this case, whenever the axis parallel to VP and perpendicular to HP, true shape of the base can be seen from the top view. Therefore, you have to start from the top view. Now, let us see how. Now, let us go to the next question. Hexagonal prism of base 30 mm and axis 60 mm is resting on HP with its base such that one of the base edges perpendicular to VP. Draw the projections. Here, instead of pyramid, prism is given. For prism, we know that always the top and base surfaces will be same. Here, what type of prism is given according to the question? Hexagonal prism is given. Here, hexagonal prism is given. Hexagonal prism in the sense what? The top and base surfaces of prism must be of hexagons. The top and base surfaces of the prisms must be of hexagon. And always for any prism, the lateral surfaces will be rectangles. Whereas for pyramids, the lateral surfaces will be of triangles. Always we will assume that the top portion of we will consider that the top portion points on the pentagon as A, B, C, D, and we'll represent the bottom or base hexagon points as 1, 2, 3, 4. మనం టాప్ హెక్సాగాన్ మీద పాయింట్స్ని ఏబిసిడితో రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తాము, బేస్ మీద ఉండే హెక్సాగాన్ పాయింట్స్ని 1, 2, 3, 4తో represent చేస్తాం. Now as you come across the question, it is given that this hexagonal prism is resting on HP with what base? What is the base for hexagonal prism? Hexagon will be the base. The base points which is called as 1, 2, 3, 4. These points 1, 2, 3, 4 comes into contact with HP here in this case, such that one of the base edges perpendicular to VP. That means though it is resting on HP with its base, as we know that there are 6 edges for the hexagon, among 6 edges one of the edges is given perpendicular to the vertical plane. Therefore from top you can notice the hexagon in such a way that one of the edges perpendicular to the reference line. Always we have to start, in case of prism, always we have to start from the view from where you can see the top surface. ఈ టాప్ సర్ఫేస్ మీద పాయింట్స్ని ఏమనుకున్నాం మనము, ఏబిసిడి అనుకున్నాము. బేస్ మీద పాయింట్స్ని 1, 2, 3, 4 అనుకున్నాం. కాబట్టి మనకు ఏబిసిడి కనిపిస్తుంది, 1, 2, 3, 4 కనపడదు. కాబట్టి టాప్ వ్యూలో మనకు హెక్సాగాన్ కనిపించే హెక్సాగాన్ని డ్రా చేస్తూ ఏబిసిడిని అలానే పెడతాము, 1, 2, 3, 4ని బ్రాకెట్స్తో రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తాము. Now it is common, always we have to represent the reference line XY, as this is first angle projection. VP comes above the reference line, HP comes below the reference line. Here what is the position of hexagonal prism? Resting on HP with its base, such that one of the base edges perpendicular to VP. As we know that for hexagon 6 edges will be there. Among 6 edges, first draw an edge perpendicular to the reference line of given side 30 mm, and from there construct the hexagon. As you already know that for hexagon the angle between adjacent edges is 120 degrees. Already you had drawn in the planes also, that's why I no need to explain you how to draw this hexagon. First draw the hexagon like this and name the points as A of 1. As this is a prism, పిరమిడ్ అయితే మనకు ఒక పాయింటే వస్తుంది. ప్రిజం అంటే టాప్ బేస్ 2 హెక్సాగాన్స్ ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి టాప్ సర్ఫేస్ మీద పాయింట్స్ని ఏబిసిడి అనుకుంటాము, బేస్ మీద ఉండే పాయింట్స్ని 1, 2, 3, 4 అనుకుంటాం. పైన ఏబిసిడీలు కనిపిస్తాయి, కింద ఉన్న 1, 2, 3, 4 మనకు కనపడవు కాబట్టి దాన్ని బ్రాకెట్స్లో పెడుతున్నా. అదే పిరమిడ్ అయితే ఓన్లీ ఏబిసిడీనే రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తాం ఫర్ ఎనీ పిరమిడ్. అండ్ ఫస్ట్ ఆఫ్ ఆల్ వీ హ్యావ్ టు లొకేట్ ఇట్స్ సెంటర్. యాజ్ యూజువల్ సెంటర్ని ఎలా లొకేట్ చేస్తాము? బై బైసెక్టింగ్ ఎనీ 2 sides. నేను డీసీని బైసెక్ట్ చేశాను ఒకటి, ఇంకొక సైడ్ని దీన్ని ఒక నేను ఏబీని బైసెక్ట్ చేశాను అనుకో. ఫర్ ఎగ్జాంపుల్ ఎక్కడైతే ఇది ఇంటర్సెక్ట్ అవుతుందో ఆ పాయింట్ ఏంటి మనకు? మిడ్ పాయింట్. ఆ పాయింట్ ఏంటి మనకు? సెంటర్ ఫర్ ది గివెన్ ప్లేన్. ఎనీ 2 sides, నేను ఇప్పుడు డీసీ అండ్ ఏబీని బైసెక్ట్ చేశాను, అలా కాకుండా నువ్వు ఎనీ 2 sides ఏదో ఒక 2 sides బైసెక్ట్ చేసావు అంటే wherever those lines gets intersects, that will be the center for the given plane. Now locate చేసిన తర్వాత సెంటర్ నేమ్ని తీసేసేయండి, so as to avoid the unnecessary confusions. ఇక్కడ వస్తుంది సెంటర్ which is represented as O of P. Here in case of prisms you should not connect all these points A, B, C, D, E to O. అన్ని పాయింట్స్ని మనం సెంటర్కి మనము కనెక్ట్ చేయము, because from top view you can see only the hexagon. No lateral surfaces or no lateral edges can be seen in case of prisms. But whereas in case of pyramids you can notice even the lateral edges from the top view. పిరమిడ్స్లో మనకు టాప్ వ్యూలో లాటరల్ ఎడ్జెస్ కూడా కనిపిస్తాయి, లాటరల్ సర్ఫేస్ కూడా కనిపిస్తుంది. కాబట్టి అక్కడ అన్ని పాయింట్స్ని మనం సెంటర్కి కనెక్ట్ చేసాం. బట్ ఇక్కడ ఈ కేసులో మనకు ప్రిజమ్స్లో ఎనీ ప్రిజం, అది హెక్సాగనల్ ప్రిజం ఒకటేనే కాదు, ఏ ప్రిజం అయినా కూడా మనకు లాటరల్ ఎడ్జెస్ అనేవి టాప్ వ్యూలో కనపడవు. కాబట్టి ఓన్లీ సెంటర్ని ఒకటే లొకేట్ చేశాను నేను. పైన పాయింట్ని ఓ అనుకున్నాం, కింద పాయింట్ని పి అనుకున్నాం. పి మనకు కనపడదు కాబట్టి బ్రాకెట్స్లో పెట్టాను. Now project all these now at first locate the axis. Axis అంటే ఏంటి, మనకు టాప్ సెంటర్ని బేస్ సెంటర్ని కలిపేలైనా కదా. హియర్ OP ఈజ్ ది యాక్సిస్, ఇదే ప్రొజెక్టర్ మీదే వస్తుంది కాబట్టి ఫస్ట్ యాక్సిస్ని డ్రా చేసుకోండి. ఎంత ఇచ్చాడు యాక్సిస్ లెంత్ 60 mm. 60 mmతో లైన్ డ్రా చేసుకొని పైన దాన్ని O' అనుకో, పైన పాయింట్ని O', కింద పాయింట్ని P' అనుకో. నా ఈ ప్రొజెక్షన్స్ అన్నిటి కూడా మనకు కనిపించే పాయింట్స్ ఏవేవి ఫ్రంట్ వ్యూలో, కింద ఉండే పాయింట్స్ 1' కదా, 1', 6' కనపడవు. మనం బేస్ మీద ఉండే పాయింట్స్ని 1 2 3 4 అనుకున్నాం కాబట్టి మనకు బేసే కదా హెచ్పి మీద కాంటాక్ట్లో ఉంది. కాబట్టి బేస్ మీద మనకి ఏ పాయింట్ కనిపిస్తుంది ఫ్రంట్ వ్యూలో, 1 2 3 కనిపిస్తాయి. 6 5 4 అనేవి కనపడదు. 1 వెనకలు ఏముంది, 6 ఉంది కాబట్టి 1' ఆఫ్ 6' ఇచ్చాను. నెక్స్ట్ ఏమి 2 కనిపిస్తుంది, 5 కనపడదు కాబట్టి ఇలా 2' ఆఫ్ 5'. నెక్స్ట్ ఇక్కడ పి కూడా, ఈ 5' వచ్చేసరికి పి కూడా మనకు కనపడదు. బికాస్ OB అనే లాటరల్ ఎడ్జ్ మనకు ఒకే ప్రొజెక్టర్ మీద వచ్చాయి. B2 OP అండ్ E5 ఒకే లాటరల్ ఎడ్జ్ మీద వచ్చాయి కాబట్టి B2 తర్వాతే మనకు B2 వెనకలే కదా మనకు OP ఉండేది. కాబట్టి ఈ OP యాక్సిస్ అనేది కూడా మనకి ఇక్కడ ఈ కేసులో కూడా కనపడదు. అంటే ఈ యాక్సిస్ని తర్వాత మనము ఒక లాటరల్ ఎడ్జ్తో రీప్లేస్ చేసేస్తున్నాం. నెక్స్ట్ ఏముంది పాయింట్ మనకు 3' ఆఫ్ 4'. నా ఇది ఎంతైతే యాక్సిస్ హైట్ ఉందో ఇదే హైట్ దగ్గర ఈ పాయింట్ దగ్గర ఒక రెక్టాంగిల్, ఒక లైన్, హారిజాంటల్ లైన్ గీసి నౌ జాయిన్ ఆల్ దీస్ పాయింట్స్. నా టాప్ సర్ఫేస్ మీద పాయింట్స్ని ఏమనుకున్నాం మనము, ABCD అనుకున్నాం. అంటే ఇప్పుడు మనకు బాటమ్ మీద పాయింట్స్ని 1 2 3 4 కాబట్టి హెచ్పి మీద ఉండే కాంటాక్ట్లో ఉండే పాయింట్స్ని 1 2 3 4 అంటే 1 2 3 కనిపిస్తుంది, 6 5 4 కనబడదు కాబట్టి 1' ఆఫ్ 6', 2' ఆఫ్ 5', 3' ఆఫ్ 4' రాసుకున్నాం. మనకి ఇప్పుడు టాప్ మీద పాయింట్స్ ఏవేవి కనిపిస్తాయి, A' కనిపిస్తుంది, వెనకలు ఉన్న F' కనపడదు, A' ఆఫ్ F'. నెక్స్ట్ ఇక్కడ B అండ్ E అనేది ఒక ఎడ్జ్ ఒకే ఈ యాక్సిస్ ప్రొజెక్టర్ పైనే ఉంది కాబట్టి మనం ఈ యాక్సిస్ని ఎలిమినేట్ చేస్తూ థిక్ లైన్ డ్రా చేయాలి. ఇక్కడ ఏమొస్తుంది పాయింట్స్ మనకు B' ఆఫ్ E'. నెక్స్ట్ పాయింట్ ఏంటి మనకు C' ఆఫ్ D', C' ఆఫ్ D'. అంటే మనకు వెన్ ఎవర్ ది ప్రిజమ్ రెస్టింగ్ ఆన్ HP విత్ ఇట్స్ బేస్, ది బేస్ ఆర్ top surface can be seen from the top view. Therefore we have to start from the top view, whereas from front view you can see the rectangle in contact with the reference line. మనకు ప్రిజం తీసుకునేసరికి టాప్ సర్ఫేస్ బేస్ సర్ఫేస్ రెండు సేమ్గా ఉంటాయి కాబట్టి టాప్ సర్ఫేస్ మీద పాయింట్స్ని ABCD అనుకున్నాము, బేస్ మీద ఉండే పాయింట్స్ని 1 2 3 4తో రిప్రజెంట్ చేశాము. మనకు టాప్ వ్యూ నుంచి చూసినప్పుడు ABCD పాయింట్స్ కనిపిస్తాయి కాబట్టి వాటిని అలానే పెట్టాను ABCDEF అని. కింద ఉన్న పాయింట్స్ 1 2 3 4 కనపడవు కాబట్టి బ్రాకెట్స్లో 1 2 3 4 అనే 5 6 అని ప్లేస్ చేసాం. అదే ఫ్రంట్ వ్యూకి వచ్చేసరికి మనకు బేస్ మీద ఉండే పాయింట్స్ ఏవేవి కనిపిస్తాయి, 1 2 3 కనిపిస్తాయి. టాప్ మీద ఉండే పాయింట్స్ ఏబిసి కనిపిస్తాయి. బేస్ దేని మీద కాంటాక్ట్లో ఉంది, హెచ్పి మీద. అంటే ఇక్కడ ఈ రెఫరెన్స్ లైన్ మీద పాయింట్స్ అన్నీ 1 2 3 4 ఉండాలి. పైన టాప్ సర్ఫేస్ మీద పాయింట్స్ అన్నీ ఏబిసిడీస్ ఉండాలి. కాబట్టి ఎలా రిప్రజెంట్ చేసాం, 1 డాష్ ఆఫ్ 6 డాష్ ఇన్ ది బేస్, 2 డాష్ ఆఫ్ 5 డాష్, 3 డాష్ ఆఫ్ 4 డాష్. టాప్ పోర్షన్లో ఏ డాష్ ఆఫ్ ఎఫ్ డాష్, బి డాష్ ఆఫ్ ఈ డాష్ అండ్ సి డాష్ ఆఫ్ డి డాష్ రిప్రజెంట్ చేశాను. అండ్ ఇక్కడ మీరు గమనించినట్లయితే B2, E5 అండ్ ఓపీ అనేది ఒకే ప్రొజెక్టర్ మీద వచ్చింది కాబట్టి ఈ యాక్సిస్ అనేది కనపడదు. యాక్సిస్ విల్ బీ కవర్డ్ విత్ ది లాటరల్ ఎడ్జ్ B2. కాబట్టి ఈ యాక్సిస్ బదులుగా దాన్ని కూడా మనం థిక్ లైన్ గీసుకుంటాము. అన్నీ చేసిన తర్వాత అట్ లాస్ట్ యూ షుడ్ నాట్ ఫర్గెట్ టు గివ్ ది డైమెన్షనింగ్. ఇదెంత ఇచ్చాడు, 60 mm. యాక్సిస్ ఆల్వేస్ ఏం రిప్రజెంట్ చేస్తుంది మనకు, హైట్ని. therefore give the dimensioning like this. అండ్ దీనికి కూడా ఎనీ 2 sides తీసుకోండి, ఎనీ 1 side, for any 1 side. You have to give the dimensioning. I hope that everyone is following. మీరు ఫాలో కావాల్సిందే, otherwise the next class cannot be understood by you. Thank you for your cooperation. Thank you. Bye.